गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम पढ़ने वाले हैं चैप्टर यूनिट नंबर 7 गेटिंग टू नो प्लांट्स। उसमें टॉपिक पेज नंबर है 60। टॉपिक फ्लावर्स। आप गार्डन में तो गए होंगे, बहुत सारे फ्लावर्स देखे होंगे जैसे जासूस, रोज एक्सेट्रा। इसमें से हम आज 3 प्रकार के होते हैं फ्लावर्स में। Number 1, branches. Do you see different types of branches, like with a leaf, without leaf, and with a leaf and flower? जैसे हमने देखा है कि ये खाली ब्रांच है, ये लीफ और ब्रांच है, और ये फ्लावर्स और ब्रांचेस है। वैसे ही इसमें भी है, ये ओनली लीव्स एंड ब्रांच है, इसमें ये ओनली ब्रांच है, और ये लीफ और ब्रांचेस है, और फ्लावर्स भी है। दिखता है डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ, इसमें वाइट कलर में फ्लावर है। वैसे ही यहाँ भी इस बोर्ड में भी 3 प्रकार के होते हैं, लीफलेस ब्रांच, ब्रांच विथ लीव्स, एंड ब्रांच लीफ एंड फ्लावर। दिस इज ब्रांच, this is leaf and branch, and this is flower, leaves and branch. जैसे आपके बुक में भी दिया है फ्लावर वो रोज है। let us read it. You know, show 3 branches of a flower which are shown in a figure A, B and C. In your book also it is given 3 types: a leafless branch, a branch with leaves, and a branch with leaves and flower. Which color did you see? Did you observe which color it is? The flower is of red color because it is a rose. Are all flowers colorful? Yes, all the flowers are colorful in the garden. You know, ever seen flower or on a grass, wheat, maize and mango or guava? No, there are never flowers on these plants which is on wheat, maize, mango and guava. They have no flowers on it. Are those brightly colored? Yeah, they have bright colors. अब हमारी बुक में एक एक्टिविटी दी गई है, उसमें हम कई तरह के फ्लावर्स हैं, बस उसमें से हम ब्रिंजल और जासूस और गमे से फ्लावर दे सकते हैं। उसमें से हमने लिया है एक जासूस का फ्लावर। इसमें एक बर्ड है, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? बर्ड है ये, स्मॉल बर्ड। फ्रॉम दिस इट बिकम्स अ फ्लावर लाइक दैट। अब इस बर्ड को, ये बर्ड और ये डाउन पार्ट इज नोन एज सेपल्स। ये नीचे का भाग है उसको सेपल्स बोलते हैं, और ये ऊपर का भाग है उसको पेटल्स बोलते हैं। ये पेटल्स becomes a flower and these sepals becomes the support of the sepal as a sepal. इस फ्लावर्स में बैल शेप फ्लावर भी होते हैं, उस प्रकार में भी ऐसा ही सेपल्स और पेटल्स होते हैं। ये पेटल है और ये नीचे वाले का सेपल है। Now let us read from our book. It is given as activity number 10 on page number 60. We should require 1 bird and 2 flowers. Like this, there are with us 2 flowers and 1 bird. This is known as a bird, which becomes a flower. We would require these 2 and of any following datura. For example, we should take the flowers like datura, China rose, mustard, brinjal, ladyfinger, etc. Also a blade and a glass slide. Instead of a glass slide, we can use a paper. Observe the figure which is given in your textbook, and it is also drawn on the board. This figure states tells us that the two flower which is in the form of a bird, where the down part is known as a sepal, and when it becomes a flower, the petals are around it. For example, as we can see in our flower, that this is a bird where the down part is known as a sepal and the up part is known as a petals. Do you understand, students? This is known as a bird, which is a small, and when it becomes a flower, and in this flower there are a petal. Up one is known as a petal and the down greenish part is known as a sepal. In these sepals, sepal and petal forms a flower. Like that, as shown in the figure, that this up part is known as a petal. Different flowers has a different petals and it has different colors. Like example, in a lily, it has a white color petal. The petals are white and the down part of sepal is a green color. Where do you think the petals are in a closed bud? If it has a closed bud, for example, this is a bud, and if this bud is a closed one, as you can see that the bud is closed, and we can see that the down part is sepal. इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम नीचे का पार्ट को? इसको sepal बोलते हैं, और अपन को ये जब खिलेगा तब वो पेटल हो जाएगा. ये डाउन पार्ट का sepal एंड अप पार्ट का पेटल. वैसे ही हमारी बुक में भी दिया है, विच इज द मोस्ट प्रोमिनेंट पार्ट इन अ बर्ड. बर्ड का जो मेन पार्ट होता है वो पेटल होता है, अंदर का भाग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. डिड यू सी दैट दिस पार्ट इज मेड ऑफ अ स्मॉल लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर. हमें भी यहाँ भी दिखता है कि इसमें देखो ये फ्लावर है, इसमें लीफ का बना हुआ है. तुम देखेंगे तो नन्हे नन्हे पौधे बहुत छोटे छोटे हैं, ये सेपल्स होते हैं. टेक अ फ्लावर एंड ऑब्जर्व इट्स पेटल एंड सेपल. एस हमने देखा है कि ये फ्लावर है, ये फ्लावर ऊपर का भाग होता है, ये फ्लावर में अप पार्ट इज नोन एज पेटल. ये पेटल बोलो पेटल है, और नीचे का भाग वो है सेपल है. ये पेटल है और नीचे का भाग वो है सेपल है. You can do at home also. Take a jasus flower, and in that you can see that the sepals and petals, as you can see at home. How many sepals does it have? As you can see that it has 5 or 6 sepals, but they all are joined to each other. In our book, there are also 5 sepals in a rose, which is given in figure 7.20. Are they joined together? In rose, the sepals are not joined together, but in jasus, as we have to take here the jasus flower, it is not separated. They are joined. As you can see that the sepals are joined, which are green in color. How many petals does the flower have? Now, in this jasus, let us count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 petals in jasus. Like that, in rose, there are many petals. Are they joined to one another, or are they separated? In jasus, we can see that the petals are separated from inside. You can cut one flower, and you can see that the flower has separate petals. As you can see that this has separate petals. यहाँ पे पेटल्स सेपरेट होते हैं और ये जो सेपल होता है सेपल वो जॉइंट है। Do the flower with the joint sepals have a petals that are separate or are they also joint? हाँ, इस ये हमारे बुक में भी क्वेश्चन दिया है कि सेपल्स और पेटल्स वो जॉइंट भी होते हैं और वो सेपरेट भी होते हैं। यहाँ हमने जासूस का एग्जांपल लिया है, वैसे हमें दूसरा रोज का है, वो सब फ्लावर का ऐसा ही होता है। नीचे सेपल्स in rows that the sepals are separated in rows. These sepals are separated, and in jasus these sepals are joined. Like that, the petals are separate in this jasus, and in rows also the petals are separated. Now, as in your book, it is written that there is a given one table. Observe on the table. It is in that the name of a flower, number of a color of a petals, number of a colors and petals are given. Add observation to this table from a field trips to a locality which there are plants with a flower. As we have seen that mainly all the plants have flowers, leaves and branches to it. To see the inner part of the flower clearly, you have to cut the flower. Now let us cut the flower first. Now let us cut the flower. Take the jasus flower and take the one petal out. Put it downwards. Like that, put 2 or 3 petals. Remove the petals down. Now, as we can see that now you can see that the sepal and petal, the up one is the petal and the down one is the sepal. Did you understand, students? Repeat. See the flower with you and repeat it. That the up one is a petal and a down one green is known as a sepal. Up one is known as a petal and down one is known as a sepal. Now, as we have got this flower, look at the inner side and look at the board. As we can see here, the flower. In this flower also, the yellow part, a small yellow part is known as an anther. Here is the anther. The small bean, it is like a bean shape and it is yellow color. It is known as a anther, and the down part of that is known as a stamen. In this flower also, we can see that the stamens is also joined with anther. The yellow part is known as anther and the down part is known as a stamen. Like that, the pistils are seen in this. These are known as a pistil. Down part, this part is known as a pistil. The down part is pistil. These are the small pistils which are seen in the flower. It is the flower of a jasus. You can see the flower of a jasus where there are a small pistils near at the end of the flower, and these are known as the petals. The green part is known as a petal. Now you understand, students, that what are the petals, pistil, petals and sepals. As you see on the board also that the small one is known as an anther, the filament type is known as a stamen, and the small piece which is known as a pistil. As I shown in the flower also, that the down part is known as a pistil, this is known as a petal, and this is known as a sepal. Now we should look that which we have opened the flower. Compare the flower with this figure and see the up part is known as a stigma, which is seen in this flower. The small part is known as a stigma. These are the small parts which are known as a stigma. Now, which is the style? You should know that where is the style. This is a style. This whole branch small is known as a style. This is a style. And the down part is known as a ovary. In this flower, it has an ovary which we should look that this is ovary. The down part is known as ovary. This is an ovary. As you can see in your book, the figure number 7.24 is of stigma, style and ovary. As we can see this in a flower of a jassus, that where it is, then you should know that the upper part is known as a stigma, the middle part this is known as a style, and the down part which is known as ovary. Ovary is a round shape here, and it is small, it is narrow and big from down, and from up it is a narrow. This is style, up one which is known as a stigma, down middle that is style, and the down part which is known as a ovary. Now we can see that it has here it is anther and filament. In flower it is such a small that we can't see it, but we can see here that the small part which is upside of a yellow color, it is known as anther, and the down part which comes as a branch to the style, it comes as filament. Do you understand, children, that the up one yellow part, these all up one yellow parts are anther, and which joins to the style are known as filaments. Now let us revise again the whole flower. First, as we have seen three parts of flower, that are branch with her leaves, and branch, flowers and leaves. Three types of branches we can see: only branch, leaf and branch, flower, leaf and branch. Now, let us see again in this. This is with a flower and a branch. This is a flower with a leaves and a branch. Flower, leaves, and this is known as a branch. These are branches of the tree where leaves and flowers are there. This is only a branch, and this with a branch and a leaves. As like that. Now there are sepals and petals. These are petals. These are petals of a flower, and this down part is known as a sepal. Now, as in your book, it is given that a bell-shaped flower. Now you can see that a bell-shaped flower you can see in a lily plant. In a lily plant, it has like this bell-shaped flower. Now we should know the whole flower and the parts of a flower. As we have drawn here, the stamen, anther and pistil. I have shown you first that which are the stamen, anther and pistil. Do you know, students? Say me first. Where is the stamen? Okay. The outside the small part is known as a stamen, where the anther is there. As you can see here, the anther is there. Notice in your flower that there is the anther. The small yellow part is of an anther, and the middle of which is joined to the flower, that is stamen. Did you see it? Okay. Now come at the down that the pistils are seen. The small which are there. These are the small pistils. See in your flower that there are small pistils. Okay. Now let us see that the stigma, style and ovary in the flower. Now have you got the flower? Got the flower. Now look at the flower. Where is the stigma? I have told you. Where is the stigma? Okay, the small part is known as the stigma. These are the stigmas. Where is the style in the flower? Where is the style? The middle part of the flower is style. This branch is known as a style. And where is the ovary? See in your flower, is there ovary? Okay. In this flower, at the bottom there is the ovary, which is white color and red. From up it goes up and it becomes narrow, which is known as the ovary. Now in a flower there is an anther and filament. See in your flower, is there anther and filament? Okay. In my flower, there is anther and filament. The anther and filament are, the upward yellow part is anther and the stick is known as a filament. So, like that, the parts of a flower is known. Again, the whole flower we shall know. The down part is sepal, the up part is petal, this is stigma, the yellow part is of an anther and which is joined to it is known as a stamen. These are the pistils. The small one are known as the pistils. This yellow are known as anther. This is style, and the down part is ovary. Like this, the whole flower is seen. Thank you.